This is Joshua Hart for JTH Boxing. So I'm in Sheffield, joined by the White Rhino, David Allen. Dave, a very successful night for the stable, 2 wins out of 2. A European title picked up on the way. How are we feeling?
You know, it's what we do. I'm joined by some team members, John Clarke, top nutritionist.
Thank you, Dave.
John has a very pivotal role because obviously making weight's a big part of the sport. So John Clarke, you take care of Stevie's weight, don't you?
I do, yeah. I take care of Stevie's weight. Been really easy this time. Stevie's been a pleasure to work with this time. Not always been a pleasure in the past, but this time round she has.
We've also got Laura Holling, assistant White Rhino boxing team coach, runner of the Hoyle Mill Amateur Boxing Club. So also a gum shield maker.
Cheers for that, Dave. Introduction.
Yeah, so it's been a good night, mate, really. Yeah, you know, it's... You know what the thing is, like... Obviously, Stevie's won his belt. It's 99.999% about her, but there's a small team that behind the scenes because without John, without Laura, without myself, it wouldn't happen, you know. So that's why I need to get these two on because this man's had some stress and she's had some stress over it. So when we win a belt, we all win it. I genuinely looked out in the crowd, looked at you, Calvin, yourself, and it's like, oh, we all won. That's how it feels. That's what kind of team we are.
Is this one of the? Well, no. Is this probably the proudest moment of your coaching career so far? Obviously, you've had your career in the pros, but turning over as a coach, a lot of people didn't believe it, especially with you just running it off your patio at home. But you've done it. Is this the proudest moment of your coaching career?
Well, let me tell you something. On that patio, right, we've got a European professional champion. We've got a 12-0 prospect over there. I had a Yorkshire amateur champion. I had one kid that was 16, 112. No, 16, 111, sorry. Joe were unbeaten as an amateur. I had a schoolboy finalist. So, patio or no patio, he's doing the right things. And I'm not saying the best coach in the world, but we do the right things. We have a nutritionist on board. We've got a gum shield maker on board. Who's you have never seen a stool be putting fast in this woman. Mate, I didn't even get on the first step, and it's in. It was in. Do you know what I mean? There's no time wasted at all. Did you not do this at all?
Gary did it, I just...
I thought it was slow today, but I wasn't going to say nothing. We do it properly. I'm a joker, right? And my boxing, I was hot and cold. But as a coach, you better believe I am on the ball. And the results speak for themselves. I'm not being funny, but I know what I'm fucking doing.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm going to quickly ask you about a few other things like everyone else has done. Obviously, Fabio Wardley, Fraser, Clarke has been announced. You're the most recent man to share the ring with Fraser. Big fight, British title, O2 Arena headline on Bank Holiday. How do you see that fight going?
I think it's a good fight. Fraser Clarke's getting a lot of stick, like, oh, you didn't box well against Dave Allen or Marius Vac, but Marius Vac is massive and awkward and negative. I'm very awkward. I wouldn't want to box me. I'm horrible to box. I'm not saying I'm the best fighter in the world, but I'm not very nice to box. I'm very hard to hit. I'm a bit tricky, but everyone thinks I'm there to be hit, but I'm not. So people say, oh, he's not the right preparation. He's had fucking 2 hard fights, to be honest. I've seen interviews with him, oh, it were easy, all this. It weren't fucking easy at all. I know they weren't, and he knows they weren't. Fabio Wardley's not had easy fights either. It's all right banging people out. It's still not easy. It's still hard to do. So people giving Fraser Clarke stick. Believe me, Vac were very hard work. He were a physical gruel. And he were hard work against me. And I know for a fact it work and say what he wants. So they both had good preparation. The fighting each other is a different fight to me. Fighting me is different to Wardley. Fighting Wac's different to Wardley. Fighting Gorman's different to fighting me. So you can't go off past performances. I think Wardley's a favourite. Younger, fresher, he's really hungry, he can really punch. Clarke can box, but he probably hasn't got the physical capabilities of Wardley. I think it's a great fight.
How do you think it plays out?
I think it's near on a 50-50, but I would go Wardley just to that tenacity and that youth and fearlessness. But that could go against him. He could walk onto something.
And then very quickly would like to ask you about Fury Usyk. Not necessarily the questions that people have been asking you, but obviously I've seen you mention that you didn't think the fight was going to happen anyway. What was it that gave you that feeling about the fight just not happening?
Just a feeling, really. I know it was a cut, so I'm probably wrong, really, because it probably would have happened without the cut. But the May 18th date is a difficult one because got a bad cut. When's he going to start sparring? That's what you have to take into consideration. So I've got my doubts again. From about May 18th. I hope it happens. It's the best fight in boxing, in my opinion. But the longer we wait, it's not the best fight in boxing because they're both getting older. I want to see it now. And I hope the winner gets out because there's some young heavyweights coming through and they're good and they're dangerous. So hopefully it happens soon.
And finally, I'd just like to ask you, get me down to this patio of yours. I'm fighting March 23rd, doing a little charity fight and raising money for young people's mental health. And obviously, I just want to push myself as much as possible, but also have fun in the process. I want to try and live the lifestyle like a pro. Obviously, you've proven you're a title-winning coach now. I think there'd be no one better than to give me a little training session. So, are you game for it?
Yes. I'll bring you down to the patio, yes. I'll bring you down, we'll have a session. Bit of sparring with Joe. You know how it goes.
The patio of dreams is where it happens. It breaks men.
Well, let me tell you something. It ain't going to be easy. It ain't going to be funny in about. And it needs to be soon, because if I break your ribs, you need time to heal before the fight.
I'm ready.
Good man. I'll hold you to that.
We'll get it arranged.
Sorry.
Perfect, Dave. Thank you very much for your time as always. Pleasure seeing you. Thank you.